Today, I have for you a very special cheesecake that I had made for my husband's birthday many years ago. My chocolate mascarpone cheesecake also happens to be one of my most popular recipes on the web. I'm going to start by preparing the crust for the cheesecake. I need about 125 grams, about 8 to 10 digestive biscuits, and crush them with the help of my rolling pin. You could also process these biscuits into a powder in a food processor. This is done. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of cocoa powder into the biscuit powder. I'm going to mix it up. Then I'm going to put in a quarter cup, about 50 to 60 grams of butter at room temperature. I'm going to mix the butter into the biscuit crumbs. I'm going to press this buttery biscuit mixture into the base of an 8-inch round springform pan. And if you don't have a springform pan, use any pan with a detachable base. I'm going to put this pan inside my refrigerator to chill for about 30 minutes. Now that the crust is taken care of, let's proceed with making the filling. I'm going to put in about 2 cups, 500 grams of mascarpone cheese, 200 grams of hung yogurt, the next thing I'm going to add is about 160 grams, 1 cup of icing sugar. I'm going to mix this all up together until it is smooth and creamy. I'm using a stand mixer since I like my hands free, but you could also do this with a hand blender. Time to add in the vanilla extract. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. The cheese mixture is well blended, and I'm going to be melting some chocolate. 250 grams of chopped chocolate. You could also use chocolate chips. And for some smoothness, I'm also going to be putting in 2 tablespoons of butter. All you need to do now is mix this up together until the chocolate melts. The chocolate is melted, and I'm going to allow it to cool down a bit before I put it into the cheese mixture. I'm going to put the melted chocolate into the cheese mixture. Then this needs to be mixed together. And look at how beautifully the chocolate has transformed the creamy cheese mixture with its chocolatey properties. I'm going to keep this aside for a bit and then move on to the next step, which is melting some chana grass. I have about 5 grams of chana grass or agar-agar flakes over here. I've already soaked 5 grams of agar-agar flakes in 1 cup 250 ml of water. I'm going to put this on low heat, stirring all the while until the chana grass melts completely. Once the agar-agar melts completely, you need to stir it over a strainer into the cheese chocolate mixture, stirring the cheese mixture all the while. You need to mix this up together very briskly and quickly. It is important to quickly mix this up together as the agar-agar sets very fast. The crust of the cheesecake is set and ready, and now I'm going to pour the chocolate cheese mixture over the prepared crust. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator to chill for about 3 to 4 hours. And to make this look gorgeous, I'm going to grate some white chocolate over the cheesecake. You could give this your own special touch by grating some dark chocolate, sprinkling some cocoa powder, cherries, fruits, whatever it is that floats the boat for you. It's time to unravel the cheesecake. Always a moment of nervousness for me. It looks beautiful. A homemade cheesecake with chocolate in it. You can't go wrong with that, can you?
Be it a party, snack for kids, or a sudden munch on, cheese corn balls is a regular part of my home menu. So let me show you today how to make this yummy and quick recipe. In a mixing bowl, I'm going to put some grated cheese. I have one very small potato boiled and mashed. Boiled yellow corn, green capsicum. It just adds some color into the cheese corn balls. Coriander leaves, red chili flakes, some oregano. Just take it in your palm and crush it a little bit. Very little pepper and very little of garlic paste. Just for the hint of garlic, I don't want too much. Some corn flour or cornstarch for binding. Very little salt, just for the potato because the cheese is salty as well. Mix everything together. Make sure the cheese binds well with the potatoes. I'm going to apply a little bit of oil on my palm and make around half-inch balls. Let's just make all the balls. I've finished rolling all the cheese balls and now I'm going to make a paste with all-purpose flour and water. In a bowl, I'm going to take some all-purpose flour, just a little bit, add some water, a pouring consistency batter. It should coat the cheese balls properly, otherwise the cheese is going to melt and ooze out. I'm going to keep some plain flour, roll the cheese balls in it, dip them in the plain flour batter and then roll them in the breadcrumbs and then fry them so that life becomes a little easier. Some plain flour, some breadcrumbs. I'm using brown bread. You can use any kind of bread that you have at home, just grind it in the mixie. And now I'm just going to roll the cheese balls in the plain flour. Dip it in the batter and then roll it in the breadcrumbs. Another one. Make sure it's well coated. Let's finish all of them quickly. And fry these cheese corn balls just before serving. Otherwise, they're going to cool down and the cheese is not going to be nice and melted while serving. So just deep fry them before serving. beautiful color. These are ready to get out as well. The room is filled with the aroma of the cheese balls and it's raining outside. Can't wait to munch on them. I'm sure they're not complicated enough. So do try this at home. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye. Parties and shots are an inseparable combination. But people who don't prefer alcohol always land up watching others enjoy. I have a perfect solution for them. A sweet lime green drink that I call kiwi shot. Sounds interesting? So let's begin then. I'm going to use khas sharbat, which is easily available in all the stores. But just in case you don't find it in your town, I have a recipe for you. For this, I've boiled together 1 cup of sugar and 1.5 cup of water for 3 to 4 minutes and let it cool down completely. And after the sugar syrup is cooled down, I'm going to add some khas essence and some green color. So around half a teaspoon of khas essence and half a teaspoon of green color. After making this syrup, you can even store it in the refrigerator for 2 to 3 months. And the khas syrup is ready. And now I'm going to chop up the kiwis. The kiwis are chopped up and now it's time to blend everything together. So the kiwis go into the blender. Vanilla ice cream. Some khas sharbat. Crushed ice and some Sprite or 7-Up. And let's blend this. And this mocktail is ready. So I'm going to pour it in the shot glasses. And the leftover in the beaker for the next round. And now, time to start the party.
Cheers! Go for it!
Hi, welcome to Beat Batter Bake with me, Priyanka. Festive season in India is on our heads and it's a responsibility at my place that I have to make some desserts. So I was in a mood to experiment a few flavors and come up with something super exciting, and I want to share that with you. Today we are making panna cotta. So pan is an Indian mouth freshener, whereas panna cotta is an Italian dessert. So why not mix the two together to create a fusion dessert for this festive season? So in the saucepan, we have 150 ml of cream and 300 ml of milk. I'm going to bring it to a boil while stirring it. To this, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of pan masala. It's easily available in the market and you just need to add it as is. What?
Give me some, na?
Okay, fine. Alright, so while my director is finishing off the pan masala, let's give this a stir. And now Now I'm going to add half teaspoon of agar agar powder to 1 cup of sugar and just give it a light stir with a fork. Now I'm going to add this to our milk and cream mixture and continue stirring it until the sugar melts completely. The cream and milk mixture thickens a little and comes to a roaring boil. You can add any flavor in this, although I have used pan because I like the aftertaste of it, but you can go for any kind of spices, you can go for any kind of fruit, or simple vanilla also does wonders. Now this is almost coming to a boil. We are like almost there. Now this has come to a boil and I'm going to let it stay just a little bit till it cools down. While I have prepared this tray of 4 disposable cups, you can use any container that will let you demold once the panna cotta is set in the fridge. I have all these containers a little just for the ease of demolding. I'm going to wait for just a little bit for the cream and milk mixture to cool down. So this has cooled down a little and I'm going to start pouring. So I'm going to keep this in the fridge for at least 3 to 4 hours till it sets. It's been 4 hours and the panna cotta is ready. All I have to do is just take some gulkand, which is rose petal jam, with some rose syrup in it. Just for some creativity's sake, I'm going to and then just demold it. Then finish it off with some sauce. Pan panna cotta is truly a delicious combination. You have to try it at home. If you like the video, hit like, mention in the comments below. If you want me to try any specific desserts, do mention that as well in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and family. Till then, bye-bye. Well, I have to share this with my family, so
The end of your festivities have already got me hooked. My kitchen has become a factory of culinary experiments. So, when it came to making desserts for Christmas, I thought why stick to the conventional cakes? So let's begin then. I'm going to start with making the custard first because it needs to cool down. For that, I have half a liter of milk. I'm going to put it to boil. While the milk is boiling, I'm going to mix the custard powder in a little bit of cold milk. So very little milk, custard powder. Mix it properly. Make sure there are no lumps. Once the milk comes to a boil, I'm going to add the sugar. Give it a good stir and slowly add the custard milk and keep mixing properly. Keep stirring, otherwise it's going to stick to the bottom, and give it a good boil for 2-3 minutes. It'll become nice and thick. And now I'm going to get it off the flame. Place it over some ice so that it cools down quickly. Next, I'm going to make the pancakes, and I'm going to cheat and use gulab jamun mix. You can even use the ready pancake mix or the egg batter, however you make pancakes at home. I'm going to add some milk in this. Give it a good mix. Some more milk. The consistency of the batter has to be exactly like a pancake batter. The gulab jamun mix is not very sweet, so I'm going to add a few tablespoons of powdered sugar. Whisk it once again, and this batter is ready. On a hot pan, apply a little bit of butter, and now spread a spoonful of this pancake batter. Make another one on the side. Just pour a little bit of butter on the top. And flip it over. Let it cook on the other side as well. Check it, it's got a beautiful color on the other side. And I'm going to remove it from the pan. These pancakes are going to be assembled in the entire dessert, and they're going to be set in the refrigerator. So I'm going to add a little bit of sugar syrup so that they stay moist and don't harden in the refrigerator. It's just a simple sugar syrup. I've taken equal quantity of water and sugar, boiled it for 4 to 5 minutes, and then let it cool down. The custard is nicely cooled down, and I'm going to add some vanilla essence to flavor this. Mix it well. And now it's time to assemble. I'm going to place some finely chopped strawberries at the bottom of the glass. I have some finely chopped pineapple. These are tinned pineapple. And now I'm going to top it up with some granola bars. I'm using the honey and oats. You can use any one of your choice. Pour some custard. Cut these pancakes with a ring or any mold that you have that fits your serving glass. Layer it over the custard. Some more custard. And garnish it with some more fruits. Instead of the strawberries and pineapple, you can even use blueberries, raspberries, or any fruits that you have. Some more granola bar on top. And a whole strawberry, just slit it in the center and place it on the glass. These need to chill in the refrigerator at least for 45 minutes before you're ready to serve. Meanwhile, subscribe to the channel, like our video and comment below. Wish you a Merry Christmas. Cheers!